Dust has been raised regarding the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway being constructed by the Tinubu administration under the supervision of the Minister of Works, David Umahi. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar had queried the project bidding and implementation process, accusing the present administration of engaging in shady deals. The former vice president also alleged that barely weeks after he was appointed Minister of Works, David Umahi had announced that the project had been awarded to Gilbert Shaguri's High-Tech Construction Company Limited without any record of a competitive bidding process or a decision by the Federal Executive Council. Well, the Minister of Works, while speaking on Arise flagship current affairs program, The Morning Show, explains that the contract was awarded on a counter-funding basis and not on a public-private partnership arrangement. The minister also highlights the parameters used in selecting high-tech construction company to handle the project.
The issue of competitive bidding is in line with the Procurement Act, and we follow the Procurement Act. And the reason for competitive bidding is, one, to have a company that have the integrity, stability, and capacity to do a job. And then number two, to have value for money. We looked at a company that has so far demonstrated capacity, and competence in terms of reinforced concrete routes. And then what comes to mind is the solution that we've gotten from Dangote, high-tech, tax credit, program, whereby we solve the problem of Apapa Oshodi route. You know how terrible that road is, defied all kinds of solutions. But right now, you go there, you'll be very, very happy there is no crack and it's taking static loads.
The minister is faulting the claim by Atiku that the project would cost the federal government 15.7 trillion naira. Umahi explains that the cost of the project is quite lower than what Atiku claimed. He puts the cost at about 4 billion naira per standard gauge. He also clarifies that the rail component of the road is yet to be calculated.
My own is 1.067 trillion. If you divide it by 47 47 are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Now you will have the cost, but you will now multiply the cost by 5.167.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
My multiple standard gauge is 5.167. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you will now have 4.329 billion per kilometer of standard gauge. That's what I'm doing. My own standard gauge has a lot of advantages. One is reinforced concrete. Two is it has a lifespan of between 50 and 100 years. Three, it is suitable for the coastal route because of high water table.
On why the project is starting from Lagos, the minister says the project has a design from the Niger Delta Development Commission, which the ministry is following in implementing, with the pilot phase beginning in Lagos. He also says there is no personal interest behind the project.
You didn't call it Calabar Lagos Coastal Road. You called it Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, which means that there is a 0 point. We have Chene Zero. And the Chene Zero happens to be at Ahmad Bello Way. And it coincides with the Eco-Atlantic. So that's the coincidence. So I'm starting the project, I've started the project at Chene Zero, which is Ahmad Bello Way, and it's progressing. As of today, I can tell you that about 80% of the first 1.3 kilometer is completed.
The minister also faulted the initial design for the road project, which the former vice president based his argument on.
As an engineer, fellow of Nigeria Society of Engineer and a practical engineer, I'll fault it because the thing is predicated on, double carriageways. And each carriageway is a carriageway 7.3 meters wide with a 1.5 meters shoulder and a 2.75 meters outer shoulder. So a standard carriageway is 11.55 meters. Okay, so they have that in one section, and then have another one, going and coming, So altogether, you have about 22 meters of pavement. And they are using the kind of pavement they are using is, of course, stone-based 20 cm. Then you now have a binder cost of 6 cm, and they have wearing of 4 cm. that very defective, design.
The minister is assuring Nigerians that there are plans to improve all road infrastructure across the country, especially the rehabilitation of the East-West Road that has been a source of great concern to both drivers and commuters. Georgina Ndukwezaika, Arise News.